Day 5. The Boy. Your patrol proceeds without incident, the village seemingly at peace. You exchange greetings with familiar faces, observe the merchants tending to their stalls, and note the children playing in the snow, their laughter echoing through the crisp winter air. Yet, beneath the surface of this normalcy, a lingering tension persists. The encounter with Seraphina, the whispers of the great winter, and the strange tracks in the woods weigh heavily on your mind. As the day draws to a close, you retire to the guard barracks, seeking a respite in sleep. But sleep offers no escape. A chilling nightmare grips you, plunging you into a realm of shadows and fear. You find yourself in a dense forest, the trees gnarled and twisted, their branches reaching like skeletal claws. A woman's voice, hauntingly familiar, calls out to you from the depth of the woods. "Help me!" she cries, her voice laced with desperation. You rush towards the sound, your heart pounding in your chest. But as you draw closer, a dark figure emerges from the shadows, its form shifting and indistinct. The woman screams, her voice cut short by a chilling silence. You try to reach her, but your limbs feel heavy, your movements sluggish. Suddenly, you jolt awake, bathed in a cold sweat. The barracks are dark and silent, but the echoes of the nightmare linger. Then you hear it. A scream, piercing the night. A scream filled with terror and despair. It's coming from the village. You burst out of the barracks and into the chaos of the village square. Villagers huddle together, their faces etched with fear and confusion. You push through the crowd, demanding answers. What happened? Who screamed? A distraught mother points towards a nearby cottage, her voice trembling. "A monster! It snatched my boy through the window." You race towards the cottage, your heart pounding. The window is shattered, shards of glass glinting in the moonlight. Inside, the room is in disarray, furniture overturned and belongings scattered across the floor. You examine the window frame, finding traces of mud and what appear to be claw marks. Outside, the faint imprint of large paws leads away from the cottage, disappearing into the darkness beyond the village perimeter. You follow the trail, your senses heightened, your grip tightening on your weapon. The tracks lead you deep into the woods, the silence only broken by the crunch of snow beneath your feet. The air grows heavy with an unnatural chill, and a sense of dread washes over you. Finally you arrive at a clearing, where a gnarled hollow tree stands silhouetted against the moonlit sky. You hear a whimper coming from inside the tree. You approach cautiously, peering into the hollow. There, huddled in the darkness, is the missing boy, his eyes wide with terror. And standing guard over them, a creature twisted by magic, its form vaguely familiar yet grotesquely distorted. It's a Bramblefang, a once gentle badger transformed into a monstrous predator. Thorns protrude from its fur, its claws elongated and sharp, its eyes glowing with an eerie green light. It snarls at you, its teeth bared, ready to defend its prey. Choose whether to start with a ranged attack or close in on the Bramblefang. Depending on your choice, the Bramblefang does the following. Round 1. The Bramblefang lunges at you with surprising speed, its thorny hide bristling. It snaps its jaws, aiming for your leg with a vicious bite. Round 2. Enraged by your resistance, the Bramblefang rakes its claws across your chest, leaving bloody furrows in its wake. Round 3. It circles you, its eyes glowing with predatory intent. With a sudden burst of speed, it leaps towards you, attempting to knock you off balance with its thorny body. Bite attack followed by an attempt to shove you prone if the bite hits. Continue with round 3 until combat is over. Ranged attack. Round 1. Sensing your distance, the Bramblefang lets out a guttural growl and charges towards you, thorns extended like a living shield. It attempts to close the distance, using its movement to get within melee range. The Bramblefang's reactions to range attacks. Thorny retaliation. Each time an arrow or bolt finds its mark, the Bramblefang lets out a pained screech. Thorns erupt from its hide, some flying towards you with surprising force. Enraged defense. If severely wounded by a ranged attack, the Bramblefang becomes enraged. It thrashes wildly, its thorns lashing out in all directions. Make a dexterity saving throw to avoid taking 3 piercing damage. Round 2. If you maintain your distance, it hurls itself at you in a desperate leap, attempting to close the gap and unleash its claws. If it reaches you, it uses its multi-attack. If not, it ends its turn frustrated, snarling and snapping its jaws. Round 3. Frustrated by its inability to reach you, the Bramblefang tears at the hollow tree in a frenzy, ripping bark and splintering wood. This causes the tree to start swaying. Repeat round 3 until ranged combat is over. If you repeat round 3 3 times, the tree will collapse, killing the boy and the Bramblefang. After combat. If the tree did not collapse, the Bramblefang falls with a final shuddering gasp, its thorny form collapsing into the snow. The eerie green glow fades from its eyes, leaving behind the empty shell of a creature twisted by magic. You cautiously approach the hollow tree, peering inside. The boy, huddled in the darkness, looks up at you with wide, tear-filled eyes. You offer a reassuring smile and gently lift him from his hiding place. The boy clings to you, his small body trembling. You wrap him in your cloak, offering words of comfort as you make your way back through the moonlit woods. Upon reaching the village, you are met with a wave of relief and gratitude. The boy's mother rushes towards you, her face edged with worry. She scoops the boy into her arms, tears streaming down her face. "Thank you," she whispers, her voice choked with emotion. "You saved my boy." The villagers gather round, their faces illuminated by the flickering light of lanterns. They shower you with praise and thanks, their voice filled with admiration for your bravery. You stand amidst the crowd, a sense of quiet satisfaction warming your heart. You have faced danger and protected the innocent, fulfilling your duty as a guardian of the village. Grimbold, the gruff guard captain, claps you on the shoulder, a rare smiling gracing his lips. "Well done," he says, his voice gruff but approving. "You've proven yourself worthy of the badge you wear." As the commotion subsides, the villagers return to their homes. You take a moment to reflect on the night's events. The encounter with the Bramblefang, the rescue of the boy, the gratitude of the villagers. These experiences solidify your resolve to protect this community, to stand against the darkness that threatens to consume it. But the mystery of the strange tracks, the whispers of the great winter, and the presence of the Order of the Celestial Compass still linger in your mind. The night's adventure has only deepened your commitment to uncovering the truth and safeguarding the village from the dangers that lie ahead. If the tree collapses. The third time the enraged Bramblefang thrashes violently, its thorns tearing at the already weakened tree trunk. A sickening crack sounds, and the ancient tree collapses inward. The hollow where the boy cowered is crushed beneath the weight of the falling timber. A heavy silence descends upon the clearing. The Bramblefang lies motionless, its life extinguished, but your victory feels hollow, replaced by a sickening dread. You race toward the fallen tree, frantically pushing aside branches and debris. When you finally reach the boy, his small form is limp and lifeless, crushed beneath the weight of the collapsed tree. The sight sends a wave of grief and guilt washing over you. You fail to protect him. With a heavy heart, you gently lift the boy's body and carry him back towards the village. The journey feels endless, each step a burden. As you approach the village square, the anxious faces of the villagers turn to horror as they realize the tragic outcome. The boy's mother collapses at the sight, her cries of anguish echoing through the night. Anger and despair mingle in the eyes of the villagers, their initial gratitude replaced by accusations and blame. You stand amidst the turmoil, bearing the weight of their grief and your own failure. Grimbold approaches, his face etched with sorrow. He places a hand on your shoulder, his voice heavy with understanding. "It was a valiant effort," he says, "but sometimes even the bravest hearts cannot prevail against fate." The night ends in morning, the joyous anticipation of the winter festival replaced by a somber pall. The boy's death casts a shadow over the village, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the ever-present threat of darkness. You retire to the barracks, haunted by the image of the lifeless boy and the weight of your responsibility. The guilt gnaws at you, fueling a burning determination to prevent such tragedies in the future. You vow to uncover the truth behind the strange occurrences, to protect the village from the forces that seek to harm it, and to honor the memory of the boy you failed to save.